Hello everyone, Penny here from That's Just Penny, and I'm super excited to be with you guys today and this whole entire month for Meeting God in the Garden. And I'll be posting today off and on. I'll try to post and not bug you guys, but when we set up getting the devotion going for this month, it'll be a little bit of introduction, and that's what this is. So I hope you come and join us. Day starts off the very first day of Meeting God in the Garden. It's a devotional, and it has a scripture list. It has all kinds of paper crafts to create. And don't worry, if you cannot print, you can still participate. There are tons of things for you to do, to look up, to view. And if you can't print, you can contact me and we can work something out, okay? Because I want everyone to be involved. There's a lot going on in it. It is the PDF that I've shared with you guys as a gift of love from me to you. And it will be shown later on to the public once I finish everything that I need to do with it. But for this group, I wanted to share my absolute best that I could. And I know it took a little bit long of presenting, getting it out there to you guys. I do apologize, but I hope the wait was really worth it. All right, so here is the cover. It is sunshine yellow, right? I love the yellow. It says Meeting God in the Garden. It is the devotional. And you can actually use these pages, right, in what we're going to be making. If you print this out and you're like, well, this is a whole lot. It is. Just kind of go through and print what you like, what you want to do, what you want to participate in. Not everybody can print, and I understand that, but you can still view it, hopefully on your computer or on your device. If you're having issues, just message me, okay? And I'll help you out. So it was meant for you to print, number one, as is. Do not fill the page, just print as is. Or if you're printing, through something else, it'll be default. So make sure you print as is. Make sure that you print both sides. It was designed for you to print both sides, okay? So I laid it out to where there's no problems with front and back, okay? Because a lot of the items, I did that way specifically. So we'll find that out, okay? So Meeting God in the Garden. So print front to back. Print as is. Do not fill the page. Do not add any margins or anything like, just default margins, default printing, okay? Because I've already got it set up, just easy print it. So this is Meeting God in the Garden. This is our scripture list. There's 5 weeks. So there's 5 weeks of scriptures going on. There should be 7 a scripture every day. And I'm excited. Our little plot over here for our little garden plan. So again, and this is on the back, so when I'm flipping, you'll understand what I meant. It's designed that way, okay? So no worries. Meeting God in the Garden is what it should say. Anyway, so it has all the weeks listed. It has the subtopics, and it has what we're going to create. So let's go over this really quickly. This is the introduction video. All right, so week 1, introduction. God in my garden. All right, so Meeting God in the Garden, I believe. No, it says God in my gardens. Okay. So for the introduction, I have a fun little scavenger hunt for you. Okay? Super excited about that. Then for the week 1, the devotion part is my healing garden. And what I'm going to be doing for this first week is showing you about a junk journal, what a junk journal is, how to make one, what supplies that you can use from your everyday life. And this is part of the healing garden process. We're going to be creating a journal. So a junk journal, we're going to be creating it from scratch. Okay, so I have a list of things already posted, and we'll go over it here, of what you need to collect if you want to participate in making a junk journal with me. And there is a little bit of sewing involved. You don't have to, but there's other ways that you can do a traveler's notebook pre-made signature if you want to as well. But we're going to be building it from scratch so that you can use and recycle, repurpose, right, the items from your everyday life. Okay, and then there's coloring page, right? So we're going to be getting into the sections of week 1, which the subsections we have a watered garden. We're going to be discussing a morning glory. We're going to be going into cultivate to heal, the spade work, hand and knee work. Okay, So introduction, God in my garden. We have a scavenger hunt. Whoop, whoop. I'm excited for the little scavenger hunt. It's already posted. You don't have to print it. The image is posted there. You can view it. I'm trying to get, this is our little scavenger hunt. Have you ever taken the time to sit in your garden? I would say my backyard, okay, because I'm in a rural area. If you're in the country, you can say field. But have you ever taken the time just to sit with a cup of tea on the porch or in the grass or outside in your garden and truly observe its beauty? If you have, you may have noticed a certain sense of peace and tranquility that radiates from every corner. It is almost as if the garden itself is alive, and its life is a gentle reminder of the beauty and goodness that God provides. But have you ever considered the possibility that there may be something even more extraordinary hiding in the garden? Something that is both ancient and eternal, and yet so subtle and delicate that only the most keen and attuned eyes can perceive it. That something, my friend, is God. Yes, God, He is there, right in your garden, sitting quietly and patiently, waiting for you to notice His presence. But how can you see God in your garden, you may ask? How can you perceive something that is so elusive and intangible? The answer is simple. You need to train your eyes. And that's what the scavenger hunt is about. Just like an athlete trains their body to perform at the best, you need to train your eyes to see beyond the physical and soul and into the spiritual. So beyond physical into the spiritual aspect. You need to learn how to look at your garden with a sense of confidence and awe, to observe every blade of grass, every flower, every insect, every weed, every rock, and every bird within the garden, good or bad. And when you begin to notice the subtle signs of God's presence all around you, you will feel His breath in the gentle breeze that rustles the leaves of your trees. You will hear His voice in the chirping of the birds and the buzzing of the bees. You will see His light in the colors of the flowers and the patterns of the butterflies. You will see the beauty of ashes. Again, when you finally see God in your garden, you will realize that your garden is no longer just a collection of plants and trees, but a sacred space that connects you to the divine. You will feel a sense of joy and peace that transcends all understanding, and your garden will become a branch from the vine, a portal to the throne of grace. So take the time to train your eyes, my friend. Sit in your garden, observe its beauty, and look for the signs of God's presence. And when you see Him there, in the quiet and gentle stillness of your garden, you will know that you have found a precious treasure, a gift beyond measure. One of the most beautiful and fulfilling experiences that I have in life is spending time in my garden, my backyard. There's something truly heavenly about being surrounded by the beauty of God, with its vibrant colors, sweet fragrances, and the gentle sounds of birds chirping and leaves rustling in the breeze. A gentleman dressed in splendor. But what makes my experience in the garden, my backyard, truly special is the fact that I see God in it. For me, my garden is not just a collection of plants and flowers or a backyard, but a rooted growth space that connects me to the divine through the vine. It is a place where I can feel God's presence and appreciate His love and beauty in a tangible way. Where can I meditate on the fulfillment that Jesus gave to all believers? To the Great Commission, to the Comforter that abides with us and we in Him? I want to share this experience with you and help you see God in your own garden. It is my hope that you too can find joy, peace, and a deeper sense of spirituality by connecting with God through seeing Him in everything around you, expecting the true seed, and abiding in Jesus, the vine. So let me tell you where and how I find God in my garden. I see Him in the way the sunlight filters through the leaves, creating patterns of light and shadow on the ground. I see Him in the way the flowers bloom, each one a unique and beautiful creation. I see him in the way the birds fly and sing, each one a reminder of the beauty and diversity of God's creation. Seeing every detail of the Master's touch brings me assurance that he handles the little things in my life, the most precious, to the most horrible of droughts. But seeing God in your garden requires more than just observing. It requires an open and receptive heart, a willingness to connect with God on a deeper level, a humbleness of subjection and maturity, a humble and sometimes contrite spirit. It requires taking the time to sit and be still, to listen to his voice, to listen to the worship of the wind and the songs of praise from the birds, to feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, and to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the Master's touch. So I invite you to join me in this journey of discovery and connection with God. Take the time to explore your garden, to observe its beauty, and to look for the signs of God's presence. And when you find him there, in the quiet and gentle stillness of your garden, you will know that you have found a precious treasure, a gift beyond measure. If we imagine our ways and dive deep into our hearts and minds, we can also explore the depths of our spiritual hearts. Sometimes the state of our spiritual garden is dependent on the state of our soul garden. Scavenger hunt. To help us see God in our gardens, I have for you a little challenge, a scavenger hunt of the spiritual and physical gardens of your life. In the following pages, you will find the scavenger hunt journaling cards. Journaling cards are cards that you, in the case, cut out, read, reflect, then journal on the back of the card your response. Then place the journaling card in one of your garden projects. Thank you for watching this introductory video. See you in the next one. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and God bless.